Oh my god!
What? You know what, Niall? I sure am stressed right now.
I'm terrified, Gideon.
Guy Fieri is holding guns to our heads.
He's holding a gun to my head and genitals.
He's got a hoover on my genitals.
This is bad, Gideon. This is bad. I'm very stressed out.
What will we do
so
to mentally
scared.
escape, Niall?
How about this? We can think back to all the great
We
moments
can think
we've
about dead
had.
animals.
We could think back on all the great moments we've had whilst recording the previous 20 episodes of this
That's
podcast.
a good idea. Yeah.
That's better.
That's probably a better idea. Let's do that.
Let's think about them right now. In 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the Emteo podcast. This is the mini-series called Emteo Quarantine Catch-Up. We're going to be here every week during the UK's lockdown, just talking about our experiences or funny things that come through our email inbox. My Zoom chat is already frozen, this might go wrong. But I am joined by the other two hosts of the show that'll be joining us each week. It is Gideon and Dylan. Say hello, guys.
Hi.
I thought my MacBook broke the other day. This is relevant to the story.
Yeah, start with the exposition. Niall, right, what you need to know is Niall was pretending to be a tree.
Yeah, we're not going to give any context as to why.
We're just going to say that, and he broke his MacBook.
I managed to fix it, but before I managed to fix it, I was raging in our group chat. Like, I was losing my mind. And so Gideon set up a GoFundMe.
It was beautiful.
It was for £1,500 to buy me a new laptop. You check your email and see an email from Mr. William Beaumont.
Mm-hmm.
That says...
You can lead off with the first one, Niall.
Yeah, I'll say this first one. So Gideon received this.
Are you ready, Dylan?
Yeah.
Hi. No, you're not. Hi, my name is William Beaumont, aka my stage name, Heater Beater. And I'm willing to pledge the full amount of this campaign if Niall is willing to use the laptop to edit my stage show DVD release. Heater Beater, here he blows again. Please contact me as soon as possible. Sincerely, Heater Beater. So you asked him if he was your dad.
Yeah, I just popped an email back saying, Dad. What I got in response was, that's a joke because I'm not your dad. I'm also a comedian and would like Niall to edit my improv stand-up special, Heater Beater, here he blows again. If he does a good job, I would like him to also edit the footage I'll film at the Edinburgh Fringe 2020 if it goes on. Title, Heater Beater, blow me.
I forgot it was called that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he carried on, just giving us some friendly advice. He said,
This bit, right?
Show was performed. This is, yeah.
I'm scared.
I forgot, yeah. Right.
Prepare yourself.
Let me make it clear, this is William Beaumont speaking, not me.
His thoughts do not represent the thoughts of MTO.
The show was performed in front of a mostly white audience, but I want it to seem more inclusive. So if you could fix that in editing, I'd appreciate it. I can send you some footage of minorities for you to edit in, and then you just ended it with a bye.
I love ending an email with just bye. That's my favourite thing.
What the fuck?
So
Leave it on the minority part, I guess.
Edit the white people.
yeah, what does that
White
mean?
people.
What, like, his intentions are good, like he wants to be inclusive, but that's
no.
not the way to go about that. So you replied with Big Heater Beater replied with, sorry for the late reply, my girlfriend was crying again. What?
Again.
This is a regular again.
Yeah, no,
He hasn't
this
mentioned
happens
this
on a daily
before.
basis.
And then he says, here is the link, here is my website to tell you more about who I am. This website, oh my God, it's something. So I'm just going to get it up. Right, so the website has a picture of this man.
Wix.com.
Yeah, it was made with Wix. And we'll get to this in a minute. Then we get to this about section, and he decides the use of punctuation entirely unnecessary. Because this is just one obscenely long paragraph that reads, for as long as I can remember, I have loved comedy since 2017. I remember it was 2017 because my wife had just passed and it made me laugh. Because life is funny. She always said she wished she could go to... Oh my God. She wished she could go to sleep.
I don't remember it being this fast.
Yes. She wished she could go to sleep because she was tired, and then she got put to sleep. I'm from
Can we
Birmingham.
appreciate how quickly he moves on from his
Yeah.
wife's death
Yeah,
to
and I
where
don't
he
wanna-
comes from?
And in case this guy's real, I don't want to laugh at that, but the way he words it, it's just, oh, it's bad.
It makes us sound like a dog.
Yes. I am from
I don't think
Birmingham.
he's taking his wife's death too seriously himself.
No, yeah, to be
Like-
fair, he said it inspired him to do comedy because he found it
His
funny.
life is funny.
I am from Birmingham and my voice sounds like this. Hello, my name is William. You may have noticed I spelt William wrong. That is because that is how my voice says that word. It was a phonetic technique. Then,
Full stop, full stop.
full stop in the entire thing. My 2019 show, Heater Beater, Here He Blows Again, was my first show, and it was a good show. It won an award for good show. Brackets, it actually didn't. That is another example of my comedy. Anyway, I have to go now. Little bitch Eddie is calling me again. He is my roommate, and he is one cold bitch.
And then this learn more link takes you nowhere.
Where does this go?
Oh.
I'm clicking
takes
on
you-
it. It's
it-
not doing anything.
It's a hyperlink to nothing.
Oh
Like-
my
Oh.
god. Last episode, we talked about Heater Beater. And the weird emails we got from him, who he was, and we discovered at the end of that episode that the photos he was using for his website. Listen to that episode before you listen to this one because there's some
Very
context
good.
info. And it's a good episode. I nearly just choked just on words, and I like really freaked out because I was about to just like die on a podcast.
That would be
But,
funny.
So we discovered that the photos that were being used for that website were of a comedian called Nick Capper. And so we ended the last episode tweeting at him, asking if he knew what it was about. And we were like, okay, we probably won't get a reply for next episode. But we did. So we've got a response from Nick Capper. So we're going to go more in depth into this situation. And then later on in the episode, we've got some other fun stuff to talk about. But he said he has no idea who it is. Like he just said no idea.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, thanks for the response. As far as we can tell, he got the name Heater Beater from a story that Carl Chandler told in an old Little Dum Dum Club episode. He set up a website for it and everything. It's really weird. So I sent him the website and he just replied, haha, this is fucked. I'll have to listen to the story. Look, I think the end goal for this podcast is to get Nick Capper on and talk in detail. He's a famous
the man
Australian
himself.
comedian. He's doing comedy galas. He's massive. And we want him on this show. We're one episode into.
It's ambitious.
Yes.
Well, I reckon we could. So, like, next step, Nick Capper. One after that, Queen Lizzie.
Of course. Obama.
Yeah,
Beyonce.
Yeah.
but that's where I'm at here. Do you guys have like any further thoughts on that at all?
I think it's just a weird coincidence. And
I think it's just some
story.
weird bloke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Or woman. You don't know.
Yeah. It's 2020.
there is no way of knowing who William Belmont, what gender that person could be.
He could be a fake name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Their
persona.
name could be like Velma, for all we know.
Did
I
you just
mean-
watch Scooby Doo earlier? And that's
Could be, but I doubt
Yeah,
it.
is that genuinely true?
My little sister was watching it. There's like this Australian, like Canadian love show where like the one rule is they can't have sex or kiss, and it's like a dating show.
It's called Christianity, Dylan. That's what that is. I've just been reading the Bible.
I watched the little trailer for it and it looks so dodgy. It's like, no.
That seems so weird, them just putting up like a boundary between them at all points.
Like,
Just
you
one
know,
guy following them round, making sure they're not breaking any
there's
rules.
just a
Go
camera guy
kissing and
like,
the producers
"Are
will
you-
run in.
are you kissing?
Like a year 4 relationship, like.
No holding hands or you'll have cooties.
I haven't got Disney Plus.
Only It's
How could
worth
you?
it. I reckon it's worth it just for The Simpsons alone. Like 30
Honestly.
30 seasons of The Simpsons.
It's literally on
I'm not- are
TV
you kidding me?
24/7.
Yeah, but you can't
Yeah,
just
it
watch it
is.
in any order. You can't just like jump onto the TV and be like, okay, I want to watch Who Shot Mr. Burns. You don't know how long I had to wait for that episode to be on TV again. Just waiting for them to cycle through the entire 30 seasons for that one episode to be on again.
I'm just imagining you like sat in front of your TV.
Sat in front of
just,
the
like,
TV for a year.
It's been like
Waiting for
it's been
Kill Mr.
40
Burns.
months.
Just like chopsticks prying open my eyes.
Yeah.
His mum has to force feed him every day.
It finally comes on and you just collapse.
Have you guys been having any like weird dreams lately? Because like I've not, and it's like, because I realised the other day I've never had a nightmare.
Oh, what was my dream? Yes, I had a dream last night, and I remembered it this morning. It was really weird, but now I can't think what it was.
Because, like...
All I remember is... It was a big guy, he didn't have much hair, and he had a moustache. I was...
Is it?
No. They came, they robbed our house, we ran out of our house, we called our police, and we got the house back. That's the raw storyline of it.
That was the whole dream.
That was the dream.
Fun.
Apparently
There was two men. One of them was the big guy with the moustache, and I can't remember what
Are
the
you
other
sure
one
it's
looked
not Joe Exotic that's going to like rob your house?
No, he was bigger than Joe. He was bigger than Joe.
Oh, okay.
Like, people have been saying recently they've been having, like, a lot of really vivid dreams, because dreams are, like, your mind processing what's happened through the day.
Yeah.
But because everyone's at home, nothing's been happening. So,
Yeah,
like,
it's
your
weird.
mind's just making up crazy shit. But I've had sort of, like, the opposite effect, where because my mind's got nothing to recount, I've just not been dreaming. And, like,
Yeah.
usually I dream a lot. Like, usually I always remember.
I mean, you will be dreaming, you just can't remember him.
Yeah.
I just have those weird falling
That's not fun.
dreams. And I just kind of fall.
That's nice.
That's
That's
terrifying.
Yeah, that is
No,
pretty scary, to be fair.
It's pretty chill, to be fair. They usually
I
like
wouldn't-
just avoid, and I'm just falling.
I'm imagining you, like, in, like, a vaporwave background, like,
Essentially.
old lo-fi songs
With a
playing.
monster logo
And
just
you
sort of
just-
over
Just
the top.
falling.
Yeah.
Just falling.
Like some slowed down indie pop playing. Like,
Yeah, and I'm just vibing.
one of those
Nice.
videos on YouTube that is like, oh, this indie song, but you're pissing in a bathroom at the party. Or what? Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
bad. Like, why do they exist? It's just songs with reverb. Like,
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
Kevin Parker did his own version of that. Like, he put like his entire album on YouTube called "The Slow Rush in an Imaginary Place," and it's just like got like warehouse party sounds over the top.
No, I tell you what though, there's those 8D audio songs, right? That are like, they're so sick.
So,
I'm
what?
telling you, they're sick. 8D, you can get like 8D
Oh, yeah.
audio that people
Oh,
put
yeah.
up,
Oh, the
and
ones
then
that are
Also,
like
it just sort of like spins
everywhere.
around
sort
your
of like
head.
surround sound, and it sort of spins around. Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that with my speakers though. Because I've
Nobody
got like
cares,
a left, I've got
Niall.
like a left and right toggle, so I can just. I don't get the
Right.
8D thing. I don't.
Right. Thanks.
Right.
No, I'm
Great.
just saying. I'm not
Great.
trying to place or anything. I'm just
You
saying I don't.
Thanks.
If you
I-
have 4D times it by 2, you get 8.
Yeah, but it's not
8D.
8-dimensional.
Big brain.
It's not. It's not
You
even.
can
It's
you
not
can
even 2
smell it,
dimensions. There's no
You
visual.
can taste it. You can see it. You can hear it. You can hear it on the other side. You can touch
Incredible.
it. You can touch it on the other side.
What do you mean?
I need one more. I need one more.
You can smell it on the other side.
Yeah, nice.
It's so dumb.
Two sides. now.
Give me music
Yes.
that I can smell, and then I'm. in the
Okay,
mood.
okay. Have you ever listened to Cucumber by Maccabee? It's a song all about cucumber.
No, but I do know Maccabee. My
He has a
dad
song
used to
called
listen to him a
Cucumber,
lot.
and it makes me smell cucumber.
No, it doesn't.
Nice.
It really doesn't. I guarantee it does not. Unless you're eating cucumber at the time. And go, "Whoa, this
Yeah,
song's
you've got
incredible."
to. How can
Yeah.
you listen to Cucumber by Maccabee and not eat cucumber, Niall?
God, that's how it works.
What's wrong with
Niall.
you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm being attacked a lot on this episode.
Yeah,
You always are.
Is
We're the bully Niall squad.
Yeah, that's what this
Yeah.
podcast should be called.
The only
how you respond.
sort of scary dream I can remember is one where it's really bad. My mum got killed by a dinosaur and I woke up crying.
Was this like last week or was it?
No, it was. I remember it like really, really vividly, but it was years ago.
Oh.
It was really scary,
That's
and I was
insane,
really
that's
upset.
Because I was like we said earlier, dreams are like your mind processing stuff that's happened throughout the day. What could have happened in your day?
Yeah, I don't know
caused
when in that day my mum got eaten by a dinosaur, but
Because people
Did
say
you
like,
watch like Jurassic Park?
no, I just it just happened.
because
Were you
people
mad
say,
at her?
I might have been. No, I finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 6 though.
Good job. Julie.
solid. I think we talked about that last episode.
We did a little bit, yeah.
So get off this podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will
Gideon.
leave the meeting.
No.
But
Gideon.
no, Gideon,
He-
don't, no,
He's
don't do
stepping
it.
up and leaving, guys.
Gideon, not. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
I'll leave. But
Oh,
No,
thanks.
you should leave.
shit. Or like, even if it's not like a timing thing, like you just like don't like because people will like skip forward like a month to progress through the game quicker. Don't do that.
Just take your time.
No,
It spoils you because
No.
Animal Crossing has a sorry.
no. Do you know what I hate about you?
What?
Everything.
There's no need for that at all. There is no need for you to have said that at any point. Dylan, you're ruining
Thought
the
it would
audio.
really brighten up the podcast.
Dylan, don't do that because people aren't going to know what it is. I feel like every single episode is the same. It's me telling you to stop doing visual jokes, stop holding shit up to your microphone, just do the podcast normally, and I'm
Every
sick of it.
single episode is just Dylan doing a different
playing-
stupid thing that no
Yeah.
one's going to be able to
I
see.
have a nail dryer that looks like a unicorn.
No
And
one
she keep-
cares, Dylan.
It was
And
No
you
one
know,
cares.
when it comes to podcast audio, the thing that people hate the most is some kind of like whirring or fan in the background or some sort of noise, and that is all that you are doing. All that you are causing is
only
this
noise you're
podcast
creating.
being worse. You,
I'm
you are just making this
sorry.
podcast worse. Genuinely, I will not hesitate to remove
Ah.
you from the podcast permanently. This is your final warning.
Final
There's
warning.
video evidence that this
Or
is
you're
the
out.
final warning. It's happening on the podcast. This is your last chance, okay?
Oh.
Buck up.
Hashtag Dylan's being cancelled.
I feel like this is going to be a very ranty episode from me. I feel
feel
like I'm
like
going to
you're
go on a
really
lot of tangents
angry.
like
And
that.
that's just one of the reasons why I hate you, Niall.
I, you know, what, I
Let's-
had a bit of a rough morning, so yeah, I'm
Oh,
feeling.
what happened?
Oh.
I'm not going to mention on the podcast.
Okay.
Well,
We'll
you've made
hear
me
for
feel
you.
bad now, Niall.
I did a really big shit and it hurt, but
Okay, I do not feel bad for you.
no, that's not what it
Why
was.
would
I
you even
promise.
do
I
that?
swear, that's not what it was. This episode, it's probably the title of the episode. We are doing a game called The Pain Game.
I'm
Which
sure
was an
people
i-
are going to want to listen to that.
Yes, it was an idea. Look, it wasn't from my messed up mind. It was an idea on episode 103, I think, of Is This the Podcast, which is a podcast where they pitch podcast ideas, and they pitched this one, and I figured, look, let's just do this. So basically, we each have to tell the story. It has to be the true story of the most amount of pain we have ever been in. And then at the end, we decide who was in the most amount of pain and who was in the least amount of pain.
So I walked to the kitchen with this sandwich, getting ready to microwave. I put it in the microwave. I close it. Everything's fine. I gotta open it, and the thing with it was we had like a box in front of it, so I had to like reach over it. I pull it. I slip on my heels. I land on a tin
Oh.
can that had been like slid open. Because-
Ooh.
Like you know this bit of your knee.
Yeah.
It cuts
For the audio
right
listeners,
there,
she's pointing at her knee.
like just below my knee. So I'm just there on the floor, and I look down, and I just see blood, and I'm
I
like,
don't like this podcast anymore.
And I stand
This
up,
is
right?
Gross.
But you know, the funny thing is, the first thing I said, I didn't scream or shout. I went, "Dad, I'm bleeding. It's a
You see,
lot of
this is just
blood."
making me realise how uneventful my life has
Yeah.
been.
So
Yeah,
I got sent to A&E, and I was stood there for 3 hours, and now I have a huge
Hang
scar.
on, hold on. A&E.
Yeah,
Whoa, I didn't realise it was that.
'Cause
major.
I was
hold on.
Okay, mine did send me to A&E as well.
I was
Mine
proper
was a
bleeding.
result of going to the hospital. So
No, I was-
we'll
How
see
have you
that.
managed
Yeah,
whatever that's it?
I was proper bleeding. Like we had to cover it with a tie and like tissue and stuff. And I got there. I had to wait for
Right
3
there.
hours, and I got butterfly
That's
stitches.
that's like a war wound.
Yeah,
Like,
and
holy
I couldn't
You
walk.
come in here saying that like,
Yeah,
oh
you're
yeah,
like,
I've not got anything
It's
serious.
very painful. I
Right.
don't know if I'm
That's
going to win
awful.
this.
You've got stitches, like
I couldn't walk for 2 weeks, and I had to use the school elevator to get up and down the stairs.
I reckon that's kind of cool.
And that's how I cut my knee, essentially. True
Jeez.
story. True
Yes.
story.
Interesting,
That is
interesting.
brutal. Yeah, so yeah, you really fucked your knee up there. Gideon, it's time for
Okay.
your story.
It's a similar sort of injury to Dylan's. So first off, you
Okay.
need a bit of exposition. When I was younger, okay, every Saturday.
was a young boy,
My father.
took me to see Shrek 2.
Okay, I'll start again. You might need a bit of
Sorry.
exposition here. When I was younger, every Saturday,
When
I
I
would do.
was... I'm sorry, I won't try again. I swear, I promise that's
I'm
the
gonna
last
leave.
time.
Okay, bit of exposition here. When I was younger,
What?
no, and I
Let's
was
go in.
running around chasing this other kid, right? and I ran.
hang on. Was this like a
I was a
playful
kid as
chase,
well.
or
We
were you
playing
like
a game of tag?
Okay, I thought you were like full
To
pelt gonna
repeat,
tackle him
Gideon was
down.
not
I
like
was
chasing a
I
7-year-old.
was running as fast as I could around the trampolines, and what happened was, essentially, I cut a corner too tight, okay, and my head just like by the top of my fringe,
Where
I
he's pointing on the
scraped
camera.
across there with the corner of the trampoline frame. It just scraped across, cut really deep into my head, and made a line of a cut across my head there.
This
And I
is
had to go to
explaining a
A&E and
lot.
get stitched up.
You're a wizard, Harry.
But yeah, it was quite scary because I did it, and it hurt a lot, and I looked down, there was just blood like
Oh.
draining onto the floor. So
Yeah.
it was quite scary.
Yeah.
But luckily
Your
there was a guy
forehead's-
who was quite good there who like bandaged me up a bit before I went to A&E.
Big up
Your
that.
forehead's like real bad for bleeding. Like your forehead will bleed a lot.
Yeah.
It's weird because there
Yeah.
don't seem to be
It
like many
bled a
veins
lot.
there.
Well, it's because your
So,
brain's
It bled
there.
a lot.
But yeah,
What-
there's like a lot of padding.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. Just it hurt. It hurt a lot because
It-
like
it
even
does
when
hurt.
even when you get a paper cut, it kills, and that was just a massive deep cut in my head.
So for about 3 years ish, from like 2016 to 2019, I had like a lump on my like upper leg, right near where my hip was, but like slightly below. And it was like it was quite worrying, naturally, and it was nothing. It turned out to be like literally absolutely nothing, probably. But we wanted to get it removed just in case. So after 3 years of being fucked about and like waiting and waiting and waiting, finally I got to have the surgery to get it removed. Now the surgery isn't surprisingly.
I remember seeing you after
Yeah.
surgery. Yeah.
I came in because I was told like not to leave the house for like a week. The next day
Yeah.
I was in like our Peter Pan rehearsal with my
Yeah.
leg just like up like across
You
the
were-
stage.
You were
And you were being
struggling.
carried between
Yeah.
like Gideon and like another person.
Yeah, people were
Yeah.
carrying me to chairs and shit. But so I spent the whole day in that hospital, and the surgery itself wasn't the painful part of it.
Yeah.
But like, I just a side note to this. I remember like they put you under, and they put like quite heavy drugs on you, and I was under,
Yeah.
and it's like people say it's like sleeping. It's not. Because sleeping there is a gap there. Like you have knowledge of a gap there. With this, it was literally like it felt like blinking. Like it was so weird because it felt
Yeah.
like nothing had happened. But because I was still like on quite heavy drugs whilst being pushed down the corridor, I remember just being lay on a bed, being pushed down a corridor, not knowing what was happening, and apparently I just kept on yelling down. So like, picture you're in this hospital, you see a kid being wheeled down on a bed in the corridor, and he is screaming the following: "Am I asleep? Is this real? I can't tell if this is real. Is it real? Help me!" Like apparently I was just screaming, like I didn't know whether it was real or not.
Aww.
And so that was fucking terrifying. But the thing is, it didn't like I was fine after that. Like I was totally fine.
Yeah.
And like the doctor did tell me, like, hey, maybe don't walk because you're like you won't feel anything at the moment, but you're on ridiculously heavy painkillers, so don't walk.
Yeah.
Guess what this guy decided to do? I just went on with my life as business as usual. So the next few days I was just walking fine, and like the painkillers started to wear off. Like I was still on paracetamol, but the painkillers started to wear off, and like a couple days in I was like, oh, this is bad. And I remember
Yeah.
waking up one morning and just being in like horrific pain, just complete agony, couldn't move, like nearly vomiting from the pain. But
Yeah.
even that is not where this story goes,
Great.
because I had the surgery on a Monday. That Friday, about 4.5 days later, my sister was like going around the block on her bike and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
I haven't been on my bike in a couple
What,
months.
are you broken?
Yeah.
Now, little did I know, my dad had sold my bike. Well, I think I did. I can't remember whether I knew or not. My dad had sold my bike. So I used his bike. His bike was like one of those bikes that have like ridiculously thin like wheels and tyres.
Yeah.
I'd never ridden a bike like that before, but I thought, you know what? It's probably fine. Bearing in mind, I'd had surgery on my leg a week
You're a
before. The
stupid
dressing
You're a
still went
silly
off.
man.
The stitches were still there. And so I just went on a bike ride, and for like a solid like 5 minutes it was fine. Then I turn a corner too sharply. The bike topples over. I land right where the surgery was, and I'm out. Like I'm just in this road where I do my paper round. I'm just lay in the road, screaming in agony, just like no one there to help, not knowing what to do, can barely, like, I can't lift my head up. I think, like, blood, just, like, I could feel it under the dressing, because I had, like, a plaster and shit on, and I could feel it, and, like, it was just awful. It was awful, and it was, like, again, it was that thing of, like, nearly vomiting from the pain. It was horrific, and then so, like, my sister sort of, like, came back round and found me just lying on the road screaming in pain.
I mean,
Okay, no, I think you might have won out.
that's
and then
your own
this
doing,
woman-
though.
Yeah,
See,
this woman
that's
came out of
why-
our house.
You can be stupid, but it still probably hurts more than
Yeah.
one. This is just what hurts the most.
This woman
Self-inflicted,
came.
man.
Yeah,
Still
but
probably hurts more
it's
than
You're
not
just
about
a
like it's not about
dumbass.
the biggest accident. But like so this woman came out of her house and again just sees a kid lying in the road screaming for his life, just in agony. And so I ended up like being like carried home and then I threw up.
Nice.
We're talking songs today. We've each made a playlist of our 11 favourite songs. It was 20, and then we cut it down because that was going to be way too long
20
to
was
10.
way too long.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
cut
we
it
were
down-
going to do it
we
to
did
10,
it
but
We cut it
then
down to 10,
we
but
decided we wanted 11.
me and Gideon really struggled because we both had like 11, and we're like, I can't cut any of these out.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut any of
So we
mine.
just went 11. Also, the rule was meant to be that like you could have no more than 3 songs from the same artist. And I sent a message to the group chat saying, "Fuck you and your stupid rule. I've got 6 Tame Impala songs and they're staying." So
Fair enough, fair enough.
That's
Swear to
where we're at.
listen.
My first song on my playlist is "Let It Happen" by Tame Impala. This is undeniably my favourite song of all time.
I
Like,
don't like it.
I don't get it.
Shut up,
I
Dylan.
don't get it.
I love it. It was
so
the
Really?
first Tame Impala song I ever listened to. I'm giving it a love.
My
Why
first.
are your songs so long?
We'll get to the other one in a minute. We've got
I'm gonna lose
so
my
long
shit
ones
over
in
To be
it.
fair, I've got a couple of long songs on
Yeah.
mine as well.
But so this song is nearly 8 minutes long, and I just love the song. I love the synths in it. I love that guitar solo near the end. It's so
8 minutes is weak. I've got a
distorted.
12-minute
It's,
song.
Hey, I've got 13. So
That
Yeah,
is
the
true,
longest
you've got
I
a
go
30
to
minute
is like
song.
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, Dylan's playlist is a lot shorter than both of ours.
If you want a
Yeah.
short listen to mine.
yeah,
If you want a good listen to mine or Niall.
I can actually tell you.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, this song is my favorite song of all time. I absolutely love it. There's a vocoder part at the end where you just like all the vocals are like mangled and mashed up, and you can't tell what he's saying, and it's insane. And then that guitar riff comes in straight after, and it's so distorted and fuzzy, and it's just seeing this song
Dylan's-
live as well because that
Dylan's just giving a
Dylan's
little
just-
disapproving look.
Dylan's just like rocking herself back and forth like a PTSD
Trying
survivor.
not to object.
Like, but can we just say, because I feel like this is a part of the song that everyone will like, the looping bit that then
And then the
goes into
click.
the
I like
click and the drop. Oh, I love that part.
That was tight. That was tight.
I do get what you mean,
Sort of
but
I
bring
like
the
the
story to the
story.
forefront, but I get what you mean.
this is
Oh,
fine for me.
oh, it's the good one song.
Oh, Mario
here
song,
we go.
Mario song.
Right, my next song is by a band called Patent Pending called Hey Mario.
What?
Once on friend zone, high score, no more. Stalking this chick in a Cooper Trooper town. Did life easy like Luigi. And never let a hoe get him down.
I just find this song so funny.
I
So-
love this song.
This song is from a guy who sounds like fucking Sonic, and he's talking to Mario, saying, "Hey Mario, you should get over Princess Peach. She's
Yeah.
not a
So
good
what?
princess."
Get it together. And
Get
it's so weird because the first time listening to this, obviously there's a whole Mario theme at it being called Hey Mario, and there's a Mario video, but I thought the links was going to stop at the point that it's
Yeah.
a Mario sounding beat, and then he started telling Mario to get his shit
I-
together.
Mario, get your shit together, bro. You got to know this princess isn't worth these extra lives.
I just thought they'd use like a sample of the Mario theme, but it's just about Mario. Like,
Yeah.
interesting thing with this,
It's
the
great.
the first day I ever heard this song, before that, on that day, I had the plot of this song happen to me.
Oh,
Which
really?
no, no, I
You
did
know-
not. Yahoo! But
God.
what a great podcast. But yeah,
I think
is this
As a song, it's
we were saying we
But I
didn't
just
really
find
want.
very funny, so
You
it's
was-
a like.
we were saying we
Yeah.
didn't really want like comedic songs on these playlists. Is this a rule you've taken into account? Like, is this meant to be a serious
I-
It's
submission?
intended to be. I think it's
I
meant to be
didn't
this
read
really
it.
deep metaphor about Mario
It's supposed to be
and
like
Peach
a
and
get
everything he
over it.
goes through just for Peach.
Because I thought
Yeah.
they were
But
going
it
to be like,
just, it just
It's just
is
fun.
funny.
I thought they were going to be like a Game Grumps or like Warp Zone kind of thing, where this is like a one-off song parody that they've done. But this is an
I
actual
love
band
Starbomb, though.
who've made a song called Hey Mario, and I don't understand it.
Hey Mario.
They
It's
call
funny,
Princess
Niall.
Peach a whore. This is an I love it. This is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
Nah,
bumping over to I Love It.
I've got to put it in.
Yes.
I love it.
I think, I know I said Prom King is my favourite song ever. I have changed my mind.
Nah, it doesn't quite beat Let It Happen for
I'm
me. I'm
glad
sorry.
you love this.
Really,
Okay.
Niall?
I've-
Wow.
Niall,
I
Next
can't. I
song.
can't even say something's better than Let It Happen as a joke. I'm sorry.
As we speak.
It's a very sad meaning, but with these like happy instrumentals, which the less I know, the better it has. It's devastating, but it's got that sort of ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I just
Also,
Everything is fine.
Dylan, the big question really, the album cover, is the album this is from called The Great Burrito Extortion Case?
I didn't even
That's the real
know that.
question.
Holy shit.
It is.
It's just a picture of a burrito and then them.
It's,
That is
it's
incredible.
beautiful.
The Great Burrito
Oh, you
Extortion.
I
Case.
recommend you listen to their songs. They are a beautiful band.
I mean,
Is
When
there
I-
anything actually about burritos on the album?
I actually don't remember.
I'm gonna have to
It's like
check
a
it out and
fever dream.
investigate.
okay, Niall,
But yeah,
Tell
this
us
is
some-
this is
Yeah.
this is an I like it song for me.
It's a like for me.
I know.
Gideon.
Yes. My next one is another Arctic Monkeys song, Fluorescent Adolescence, my third favourite
Oh!
Arctic Monkeys song of all time.
It is my
this was
favourite other than
one
Teddy
of-
Picker.
One of the first songs I listened to from the Arctic Monkeys. I mean, just the opening guitar, the da 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 da, that is
Oh, I
just
love that
iconic.
bit.
It sounded
The
like
whole
the
thing is
Zelda
iconic.
theme for a second. Holy shit. Da, 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 la, la.
I'll take that. I'll take
I'm also gonna say I like it. I just want to say I feel like I've heard it before, like especially the 12 to 29 line. Like I've 100% heard that. I'm not
It
sure
is
where I
quite
would have
hard
heard this.
to listen to it without just thinking of the fact that they're called Ninja Sex Party. But
It's
Yeah, what's
such
that
a great
about?
band
All
name.
your bands have weird names.
yeah, Front Bottoms,
Volume
Ninja,
two.
Ninja Sex Party.
Patent
Oh,
Pending is
so
shit. I'm sorry. Let me just say I like some of their songs, but Patent Pending is a shit name.
Let's get a shit band.
Here's a hot
They
take.
make pirate music.
Here's a hot take. I think there are no good band names. I genuinely don't think there are any good band names. The Beatles,
In
shit
the
name.
world.
Yeah, ever. The
Hmm.
Beatles is a shit name because it's a pun. Like because of
Yeah.
beats. I think
Yeah,
that's shit.
yeah,
Like,
we get it, Niall. We get it.
and like because people hear it all the time, you don't realize how shit it is. I would go as far to say that even Tame Impala, that's a shit
Mm.
name.
Oh yeah,
Arctic
I can,
Monkeys,
yeah,
like,
Tame
what?
Impala.
Yeah, every band name is shit because it's always just four guys sat in a room looking at objects on the wall and going, "Fucking mix
We
the
should
turntable."
name
There we go.
ourselves after that.
Let's go
Ah,
up to the
let-
scarves.
Let's be real. Our name is shit. We're called Emteo. What does that mean?
Yeah,
When you
I
try and-
joined when you'd already decided on the name.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
When
You were
you-
like,
does that
Dylan,
mean?
Dylan, more than one. I was like, okay.
I ran with it because look. It's the most creative thing I'm ever gonna think of, and it's shit. So
That's a sad, sad fact.
I didn't want to create a sequel to Doctor Nintendo, so I thought my next song
If
is
that's all possible.
Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz. Now, this is on your playlist,
Oh,
Dylan.
fuck!
Not on
And
Dylan's
you had to
anymore, is
cut
it?
No.
Leave
But-
it for a big
I
joke.
was going to put it on mine as well, but I figured
Sound-
one of you would.
Sound the
pirate song.
goddamn banger alarm. Like this is
said that
incredible.
yesterday,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
not
I
any
ain't
better
happy,
today,
I
Niall.
love that
feeling glad I
sentence.
got sunshine.
That's the wrong song. That's Clint
song.
Eastwood, you idiot. This is Feel Good.
Trippy as well. But like, there's the bit later on where it's really heavy synths and there's like a really dark laughter in the background, and it's just a sort of I hate you song. Like he says,
You can feel.
"Don't
this
call me
in it.
nice, I'm mean and I'm evil," and it's just a song being like, "I'm a really bad person."
I like this. I haven't really hated anything on Gideon's playlist, to be fair.
Do you want to know what I do when I hear this song?
What do you do when you hear this song, Niall?
I sound the goddamn banger alarm. I really like this song. Good song! Good song!
Good song.
I think.
Good song.
I think this is an incredible
Why would
song.
a banger alarm not say banger? Why would it
But-
say good song?
Because if something started yelling banger, banger, banger,
You guys know.
start being concerned. Banger, I barely.
Oh no! No, you got there first! Because I really didn't want to interrupt, but I was like about to say it.
I just realised it and I was like, wait, no, I was going to do it before.
Banger, I hardly know
You
her.
know her.
You have no idea how disappointed I am in you both.
One of the best jokes of all time.
Should we get back to the song, Niall? Do you want to give your opinion on this song?
This is a great podcast. What we're gonna do is this is a game called The Draft, which, as far as I'm aware, I've created, but I've probably like subconsciously stole it from somewhere, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You suggested
yeah,
doing something
yeah.
before that was exactly the same as Would I Lie to You. So
Yeah, and I've never seen that show, so I wouldn't know. And would I
Oh,
lie
it's
to
a
you
good
about
show.
that? But that was so shit. I'm gonna edit that out. But so yeah, what's gonna happen is we're each gonna plan our perfect day out, like a trip out, things like that. But so we're gonna take it in turns naming a thing that we want in our day, and if
Naming a
someone,
feature.
yeah, and if someone says that thing, you can no longer have that thing. So if you claim, for example, like good weather, no one else can have good weather on their day. It's just shit. So let's make a rule now. You cannot take good weather because I've just said that one. That'd be too much of a giveaway for whoever goes first. My first thing I'm going to take, and none of the rest of you can have, is other people. So now you've just got a picnic of you on your own.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh dear.
Sat with your picnic. So I hope you enjoy your single person picnic whilst I'm
I
out with
will.
all my mates.
So you're having people there.
Yeah, other people.
In terms of my transport, can it involve people?
Oh, do you mean like if it's a bus, you can have a bus driver or something like that?
As in, I only need one person. And it's pretty cool.
It's just gonna be like a piggyback or something.
Quite close.
I'm gonna allow
Please
an
allow it.
exception for
Okay,
one
so
person as long
my
as it's only
transport-
used for transport.
My transport is going to be, I'm going to walk out the door, and the way I'm going to get to my venue is Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to throw me.
Then
That's
you
my
would,
transport.
and that ends with
How
you
is that-
dying.
No. Hear me out. My next feature will save me.
All right, Dylan, you go.
I am outside. No.
I feel like that's implied with
So
pick.
bad.
Hang on. You're
Wait,
taking
is that-
you're taking the entirety of outside now.
Yeah.
None of us
Fine,
can
I
be
don't
outside.
care.
You
Fucks
cannot be
my whole
outside.
thing
See?
up.
Exactly.
Oh, right, fair
See, I
play.
am thinking
I
about
feel
this.
like you should have led with that before
I'm
picnic.
fine.
So my second thing I'm gonna take is laughter.
No,
I'm taking
right,
laughter.
No,
No,
it's
I
not
can do
allowed.
that.
You can't
I
just
can do
take
that,
the
yeah.
laughter.
I
That
can
is
take
not.
whatever
It has to be
concepts I want.
physical things that actually-
Gideon.
that is not a
This is
thing.
my game.
not
This is
having that.
my game.
So
I
if
invented
just
this
say
game. I make the
happiness,
rules.
You're both going to be sad during your entire day.
Well, no, because you can't have laughter without happiness.
You can force laughter. I'm taking happiness. That's my next one. You're both going to have really sad days.
All right, hang on. Right.
That's okay, because I've got my picnic.
Shit, yeah, but oh,
Little
thing is, I was
sad
gonna,
picnic on your own.
I was gonna take happiness,
Yeah,
but
but
I thought
I'm
no.
outside.
Oh,
No. Look,
yeah, but you're
either-
just
you
upset,
can
right.
have happiness
I
back,
am outside.
but you're going to have to take laughter away.
Right, I'll take laughter
Say,
away.
you're not
I'll take-
allowed any abstract nouns, alright?
Strapped
No, no.
down.
All right, abstract nouns. Okay,
no
cool.
emotions or things that people
No
do,
emotions.
Right?
Right, I've got one, but I'm gonna save it for later on. My phone might be going off for a lot in this episode, by the way. It's fine. So my next thing instead of laughter is going to be right. I'm gonna take an indoor water park.
Yeah, because you can't
Okay,
go
fine.
outside.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, indoor water park. That's sick.
Great. Okay. How can I kill the water park?
I love
What
how
can I
you want
do
to kill
to
your
completely
horse.
destroy?
Don't dwell on this.
Can I take light?
Is light abstract?
Honestly, it won't mess up
I
my
think-
day, so you can take light if you
I
want.
mean,
Is-
the actual light rays are physical.
Is like
Yeah,
things
they're,
abstract.
that exist,
they're like wavelet,
It's
radiation.
the rays of light.
It's radiation, isn't it?
It's a purposeful noun, so I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's not
It's
abstract.
not abstract.
It's not
So-
abstract.
So hang
You're gonna be in a water park in the dark.
That's sick. That's so
That
cool.
sounds pretty fun. Though.
Imagine being in a water park.
No, but it's
this
pitch
big.
black. You don't know where the slides
That is
are.
kind of terrifying.
No.
I think that's
You
fun.
just
I
have
reckon.
Kevin Parker
but-
in the dark in a water
just
park.
stumbling around. I think that's the best day ever. I think that's
But
so
wait.
good. I think that's so
You're not
good.
even going to be able to
Being
properly
con-
interact with him. You're not going to know where he is.
And he can't
You
use his
can-
music to interact
you
either,
can
because I've
call
taken
out.
that.
Being in complete darkness with your mates and Kevin Parker in a water park, stumbling around, everyone's drowning, trying to find out where everyone
We gotta
is.
reach the sign.
Yeah, that's
Also,
so
Dylan's
good.
picnic is Dylan's picnic. Sorry, is going to be so
Who's
bad.
Tilly?
I don't know why I just called you Tilly.
Yeah, that's weird.
Dylan's picnic is going to be so bad.
No, it's not. I'm sat on the
Yeah,
beanbag.
but in
with all
the
food in
dark.
I
my
don't
mouth.
know what
In
food
the-
you're even eating.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna be able
but I
to
said-
see anything.
I've got my music playing.
How's that gonna help?
Great.
You feel what state
Great.
food
Yeah, but
food
I'm gonna
is.
play
now, you're just,
remember-
now you're just gonna be putting your hands in curry to try and find out what it is.
Remember,
Oh,
you
it's
haven't got any
everywhere.
screens, so it's not like you can just play stuff from your phone. You're gonna have a record player.
Yeah, or like,
Like,
or
you're
like,
gonna have to play
or
vinyls,
like, or like a
realistically.
radio. Which,
Or phone.
which I'd be fine. No, because you can't. have
No,
screens.
I've taken screens.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening to this episode of. I'm getting a phone call from Dylan. Are you ringing me?
Why?
Right.
No.
Hello.
I'm trying to do the outro.
Oh, sup, Niall. I'm so sorry. My Wi-Fi's been really dodgy. I'm ready to do the call now. I think I've solved it.
What are you on about? We're seeing you on the call, right? Wait, what the fuck is that?
We've,
Is that
we've been on a
Tilly?
call with you.
No.
Tilly, what are you here? Why are you here?
What do you
I
mean,
thought-
Tilly's?
Tilly's taken your place and pretended to be you.
Have you been
Get out of here,
listening
Tilly!
to it for this
Get
entire
lost!
episode?
Get the
I thought
fuck
it
out of
was
here! Niall,
Gideon.
it's weird without a
No,
third
Dylan.
voice. It's weird
Yeah.
without a third voice.
Not sure how to feel about it.
We do have a message here to read out from Dylan. So it says this is to all our listeners, all 2 of them. Hey, old Dylan here. Sorry,
We've got 3.
no, we've got a decent amount. Like checking the podcast apps, we're getting like 200 per episode, which is
Are
like, yeah, it's good. Like this is going good. Better than we talk. Hey, old Dylan here. Sorry, I can't be here right now.
Wait, hold on. How long have you been doing We Talk?
About a year. Yeah, over a year now. And don't make fun of my other podcast whilst I'm right, like on this call with you. Let me read out the message and then.
Alright, read it out, read it out.
Hey all, Dylan here. Sorry I can't be here right now. I've been too busy dying. I'm very sorry you'll have to endure Gideon and Niall talking about the In-Betweeners, which we're not doing because we changed
Yeah,
our
we weren't gonna
minds.
do that, but...
But in retrospect, this is their fault for not recognising that it wasn't me a couple of episodes ago on the podcast. I will be back soon, so have a good day and remember to wash your hands or I will aggressively stare at you from 6 feet away. P.S. Banger, I barely know her. So Dylan's dying, basically, is the too long
Yeah.
that. If,
I mean, I did just say she's alive and well, but...
yeah, you were wrong. If you could live forever, if you were given the option, live forever or don't?
No, I wouldn't take
What-
it, no.
Would you not?
No, because do you understand how boring that would be by the end? If you're living forever, you're living past when everyone else has died, surely.
Yeah, but time is relative. So, like, what would seem like a very long time for you, for someone that's eternal, that would be like a blink
I
of an eye.
guess.
And, like, so after the planet explodes, yes, it'd be a lot of sort of, like, drifting about. But eventually, like, if you're around for literally infinite time and you cannot die, eventually you will land on a planet that has some sort of intelligent life. Like, you have literal
But then you have to go
infinite
through
time.
an entire cycle again. You would have to introduce, like, everything that we've discovered to them.
Like
And then they'd all
podcasts.
die, and you'd go to another one. I don't know, that's something that always trips me out as well, how, like, by the time I'm, like, 30, it's gonna feel like it's, like, gone by. And it really trips me out how it's gonna be, like, I'm here now and it feels like ages till then.
it doesn't make sense the way I'm
This is
putting
just
it
Gideon
at all.
discovering how time works.
But I don't
It's
know,
weird
it
how
just
I'm
trips me
15
out that
now
I'm
and
gonna
one day I'll be
there
older.
And it's gonna feel like it's been no time.
Yeah, it is
Like,
weird
I
thinking,
always
like,
think, it's however many days till like my next birthday, and then I get there and it feels like it's been no time at all, and it's just weird.
this is like a 4-year-old discovering how age works. This is incredible.
Wow, I got bigger.
The second escape room I did, we can just do escape room stories.
Sure, great. I've only ever done one.
Because you'll have a story, I'm sure.
I've literally done one escape room in my life.
Well, I've got a couple more. I've got a couple more things to say. Also in that time travel one, there's one that was like a pirate cove. You know that famous era of history, Pirates of the Caribbean.
So it goes with the dinosaurs. It goes like Jurassic, Triassic, pirates.
It was literally the 90s. Pirates, then the 40s. It was just
Clearly jumped back in time. I mean, to be fair, pirates still kind of exist today, don't they? Like, there's some people just sailing around on ships. Yeah.
Have you seen Captain Phillips?
I haven't actually.
It's a great film. So in the Pirate Cove, they're so like safety conscious because like they don't like obviously there's waivers and lawsuits and stuff. So my friend got like the tiniest cut on his finger. And they like opened up all the doors and went into like a red alert meltdown mode. And so we literally, so they made it like this big immersive experience where we'd walked through from the 90s into this pirate cove. Yeah. And we just see this guy in like the escape room uniform open the door and just grab my friend and pull him out into this 90s bedroom, like from the pirate cove. And it's one of my favourite things I've ever seen because it was just a yank. It was so funny.
Yeah, to be fair, escape rooms as well. I'll carry on. You.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I literally refuse.
As do I.
It's like two deers trapped in each other's headlights. So the second one I did was like all Harry Potter themed, but they didn't have the like rights to Harry Potter. So it was just like all this like copyright free Harry Potter stuff where it's like you're in Bliffenball and like shit like that. And like
that's great.
They had
it's just an Icelandic version of Harry Potter.
If I'm remembering correctly, and I may be way off here because it was like 2 years ago and my memory's awful, and I can't tell if this was in like a fever dream, but they had a sorting hat, but instead of being like this old like dishevelled wizard hat, it was just a top hat with a mouth.
That's great. Yeah.
So I went on my first like walk the other day. Like during
Your
lockdown.
first like proper walk ever?
No, just during lockdown.
Oh.
But
okay.
well, it was the first time I'd ever gone on a walk on my own as well. And especially like in this sort of area, because I've lived here my whole life, but like I've gone on walks like near the town centre and shit like that. Never had like a walk near here. And so I just sort of went around and got completely lost. Like,
this is when you were just messaging the
group
chat,
I was messaging the group.
I don't know where I am.
So I live, and I'll bleep this, but this is just for you, Gideon. I live in. I ended up in. Which is, it's like, and
that's impressive.
Obviously, people listening can't tell, but that is so far away from me. And then so I opened up Google Maps, and like I'd maybe been out for like 30 minutes. And I opened up Google Maps, and this was after I'd started to find my way back home. And it was like, you're an hour and 20 minutes away from home. And I was like, that can't be right.
How?
So there were a bunch of like paths on Google Maps that just blatantly fucking didn't exist. But then there were paths that I was actively walking on that just weren't on Google Maps either. So
I've never had that, like, all around my house, all the actual paths are marked on Google Maps.
Well, I've always had it like that as well. Like the couple of times I've used it nearby me, it's been spot on. But it was like I entered like a mirror dimension. It was terrifying because I was just walking around. And then, so I ended up at this lake, which isn't the big lake near us. It's this like smaller lake that I'd never seen before. And so there was this police car in a car park, and I walked a little bit past it, and literally like maybe 20 foot away from this police car was just a bunch of people smoking weed, which not your smartest idea. But and then so I walked around like a bit furthermore, and so first of all, I'm pretty sure there were a couple of people who thought I was following them because I was just sort of like looking around all confused, like what? And then sort of like walking in the same direction as them, and then ended up on a dual carriageway, which didn't seem right.
That sounds good.
And it was a road I'd never seen before. And so I sort of had to head back, and then like I managed to like vaguely get my bearings, and thought, right, so the way I'm
Was
looking
this
right
when
now,
you were still messaging our chat? Just
this
like,
was
help.
this was before.
Oh, this is before.
This is going to double down in a minute, but I looked up this road and was like, so there's this massive hill that's really steep, and I was like, I could walk up there, be home in about 10 minutes. But can I really be asked? So I looked to my right, and there was this road, and I was like, it seems longer, but it'll probably loop around, and I'll be able to get home, like, a bit slower, but quite, like, reasonably, like, timed, like, maybe in, like, 15, 20 minutes. So, walked that way, and I was like, the way this path is turning doesn't seem like it's going to lead me back here. So I cut across a field, which was a very bad idea, because then I had no way to backtrack on myself, because I couldn't tell which direction I'd been in. So now I'm just in grass. Just a lot of grass, and I can't tell where I am. I find, like, and then I look, and I'm like, okay, I recognise that. That's, like, a landmark to me. I know exactly where that is. I'm going to walk there. Got there, and I was like, okay, I'm a bit of a distance from home, but I can figure that out. So I started walking along that way, and I was like, okay, I should come across a Halfords. Didn't. And this isn't, like, the main Halfords. This is, like, a smaller depot sort of thing. So I was like, right, that's gone. Where am I? So I walked along the path, and it's at this point that I'm messaging the group chat, and I'm just like, where the fuck am I?
We just got a load of videos from you saying, I don't. Does anyone recognise this?
Does anyone recognise this field? Like, and then like, so I managed to get
every other field.
I managed to get back into suburbia near Dylan's house, and was like, okay, I know where I am now, and managed to find my way back home. But that was an adventure.
The new idea for how to record a podcast. We go on a camping
We get
trip.
lost. I don't know, a podcast camping trip sounds good.
Podcast around a campfire.
Because we could do it like, we wouldn't have to record it all at once. We could do like 15 minutes every hour or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like just cut together the interesting bits.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. We've got like a big backlog of ideas, a big back catalogue of ideas that we can do when this is over.
I think that's the only one we can afford so far.
Yeah, because that's just a 10. We've all got a bunch of images of like 8-year-old us, so I might just like.
Whenever we're not uploading video, we'll have a photo of us as a younger kid.
I'm such a model child, though. Like all of my childhood.
You were
pictures...
literally a model as a child.
Model, yeah. Which sounds like a weird thing for us to say until you learn the context.
Right, when I was very little, my aunt had a wedding and she did an article on it. And I'm now in a wedding magazine of 4-year-old me in a bridesmaid dress. So I know, I'm so famous.
What an achievement. And wasn't that already like also a funeral thing you did as well?
Oh,
or am I like...
I feel like I shouldn't clap that one.
I think you mentioned in the group chat, or did I imagine that?
I think you might be imagining that.
I did a laser tag one.
Same thing.
Like a few years
that
ago,
deserves a round of applause.
I was in a Raring to Go magazine with a laser tag gun.
That's pretty.
I want my funeral to happen at like a laser tag place, and everyone says so. Like, there's a bunch of kids playing a game of laser tag whilst my funeral's happening in the middle, and so there's just like songs being sung and everyone's crying, and then just like kids running.
How
through
would they be welcomed in? It's like, hi, welcome to laser tag. Which probably inform you that during your game today there is going to be a funeral.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Niall Edwards has passed away.
I want my funeral to be a bit. Like, I want my funeral to
No, to be fair, I want my funeral to be not necessarily a joke, but I want it to actually be happy.
Yeah, I want my final to be a remembrance.
I want my final send off to be the same as I am, incredibly funny.
Okay, okay, Niall.
You know what
do you want it to be really humble as well, just like you?
Of course, extremely. I love that there's no video on this one, so the listeners can't, or the viewers can't see my regret face anymore when I make a joke that's bad.
There you go.
And then my face just goes.
You're just gonna have to say regret whenever you say something you regret. Do you regret what you just said?
I rickrolled my friend the other day.
Oh,
and it was
God.
so well thought out. Like, so basically, the 1975's new album came out, and we're both like quite big fans. Her a lot more so than me. I'm sort of hit or miss with them, but she's like a massive 1975 fan. And there was a rumor a while ago that there was going to be a bonus track on the Japanese version, and so she was saying that like, oh, I can't find it or whatever, and I was like, oh, I've listened to it. It's really good. Do you want me to email it to you? So I downloaded "Never Gonna Give You Up" and titled it the 1975 Japanese bonus track.
That's genius.
And sent it to her through her email. And she was, and I sent to her before it. It's got like massive 80s vibes. It's really good. And then she saw the funny side of it. Luckily, like she wasn't too furious about it.
She wasn't angry. She didn't try to stab you with a pen.
Okay.
It was pretty funny. It was so, because I feel like my thing with that song is it's such a good song that I don't get mad when I get rickrolled.
Yeah, you just listen to it, you're like, and then just let it play.
It's like when like a puppy comes up to you and jumps your lap unexpectedly. Like you didn't want it, but it's you can't hate it.
Do you not want that? Why would you not want that?
Right, no, because I get really scared when things randomly jump on me.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Yeah, that's very fair.
That really sums up our characters.
I was on a walk the other day and like I was with my dog. There's more. You do this all the time where you
I have to do it
my
once
story's
per
gonna.
episode.
Right. I was on a walk the other day and so I was with my dog.
Okay.
But me and Gideon have both gone on Yahoo Answers and found basically a bunch of questions, and we're going to read out a random answer that was answered to the question, and then the others have to guess what the question that resulted in that answer was. So basically, we read an answer, you guess the question.
Okay, right.
So, yeah.
Who's going
That
first?
makes sense, I reckon.
Who's going first?
I will go first if you want.
Sure, go for it.
No,
Right.
we don't want you going first. That's what we asked.
Shut up, Dylan.
This is disgusting and I'm sad. So, right. This answer is, the following. Married with children, love the Bundys.
What? What? What's a Bundy?
What was in Ted Bundy?
I'm not going to give context.
How's it
It's going to be
spelled?
something
How's
to
it
do with Ted
spelled?
Bundy.
How's it spelled?
Bundys.
Yeah, so it's something to
Love
do
the
with Ted
Bundys.
Bundy.
Oh, is this going to be like a Karen?
Is it going to be what? I don't know. What happened to Ted Bundy? Something like that. What happened to Ted Bundy's parents? I don't know why the Love the Bundys is there. That's what's really throwing me off.
Love the Bundys.
Dylan, what's your guess?
What's your future life goal? Something like that. Like, what do you see in your future?
What is
I don't
that?
know,
Makes
but
even
I
less sense with the Love the
I get-
Bundys.
I
I
get
feel
the
like the
married with children
Bundys-
bit, but love
I
the
feel like the
Bundys.
Bundys is a red herring.
Maybe that's
like,
just how you
like,
sign everything off.
Actually, the person who asked the question, her last name is Bundy
Like
or something.
every question that you answer on Yahoo Answers, you just leave it with the Love the Bundys. Shrek is an ogre, and ogres do not fart. As you can see, no one has no one has ever mentioned ogres in life as to be real. Ogres do not fart. They merely cause earthquakes. Everyone thinks earthquakes happen because of all other reasons, but they will never know the true reason which is behind the ogres. So if you really are interested, contact me out. I'm not going to read that out. And we can talk about majoring. Hold on. And we can talk about majoring in the field of orgasm. As I said, they are merely the true reason earthquakes happen because the tension rises to the top and comes out as a bubble. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really read the answer beforehand, and I now really
That's so
it.
disjointed. That's got so many layers to
There
it,
is not
like
a
an
chance.
onion.
You'll get the general, you'll get what it's generally about, but you're not going to get the question because it didn't answer the question at all.
Does the question have the word Shrek in it?
It does.
Did Shrek fart? Like, that's going to be the question.
Okay.
Did Shrek fart?
Dylan, what are you
Shrek
saying?
is in the question.
Yeah,
Shrek is in
Shrek.
the
The word
question.
Shrek features in the question. So what are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't
You've
know.
got to give
'cause
something.
That
This
sounds
is
like the
incredible.
person who answered it had a stroke, so I don't know.
You have to give
I'd
something.
love if it turned out to be like, I'd love it if it turned out to be like, what are your thoughts on Shrek 2? And it was
Or just thoughts on climate change.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, why does Shrek cause earthquakes?
That's what you're going for.
That's my question. That's my question.
Okay, well, you weren't going to get this because it did not answer the question. It was, how many times can you breathe if Shrek farts on you?
Oh, that's
What?
so good. I'm guessing you
What
either
does that
searched Shrek or
mean?
fart to
I
find
searched Shrek fart.
that. Yes.
Oh
Knew
God,
it.
Gideon.
Oh, that's so good. That's the best.
Better than Gideon, who just gave up in 5 seconds.
Okay, I was trying to speed up the episode, Dylan.
Yeah. Because we're 40 minutes in to
And we
a
still have to
half
do
an hour
spooky
podcast.
stories.
I feel like it's key that we really give the users a
No.
lot of stuff to listen
Just
to.
no.
I think it's really key that you shut the fuck up and let us
I
finish
think
this
it's really
episode.
key that we move on. Yeah.
Like-
I'm just gonna go and grab a laptop charger. Just talk amongst yourselves for a
Okay.
second.
So,
How do we talk amongst ourselves?
okay,
What do we do?
Gideon, what do you want to talk about?
Poop,
Ah.
probably.
Funny, big meme.
Okay, what can we talk about
I
concerning
just want to
poop?
say I don't have my headphones on, but
Uh,
I assume that
Oh,
Gideon's
he's back,
talking
he's
about
back.
He's back.
Niall, Niall, we really need you to help us. Please, can you give us a different conversation
have no
topic?
idea what to
We
talk
decided on poop,
Right,
but we
I'm
don't
just
think it's
down
probably
by
the
the
best
plant.
thing.
Oh, what about Guy Fieri? Guy
No,
Fieri.
damn it,
Guy
damn it.
Fieri.
Damn it, he's not got his head. He's not got his headphones
go-
on.
go-
I'm guessing
Fieri,
he's
go
talking about
Fieri.
poop.
I really like Guy
Guy
Fieri.
Fieri's a very nice man. I like his
I'm
hair.
going French. Personnellement, j'adore Guy Fieri.
J'aime Guy Fieri.
Oui,
Oui,
oui.
Right, I'm bringing the cord around
Niall,
the
Niall,
laptop,
come back, please.
but I've still not got my
Niall.
headphones on,
Niall.
but I can hear a lot of yelling. So
I'm
far.
Guy Fieri, and we're rolling out. We're rolling out looking for
Oh,
America's greatest
right.
diners, drive-ins, and
His
dives.
show was
Struggling to
so
breathe.
good. I loved that show.
It is, to be fair. It is a
I
banger.
love Guy Fieri.
And
He's
the
just
headphones
a
are back on.
Thank God.
Yes. Okay, he's back. Now,
Um,
please give us a new topic of conversation. We've gone from poo to Guy
Fieri.
Fieri.
I got a new bed the other day. Let's
Oh,
talk
I
about
don't
that.
care. That's even more boring.
Can we go back to Guy
like-
Fieri?
Do we want to go into let's go into my famous segment, things that fuck me off.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the segment where I talk about something that I've encountered that's annoyed me or is irritating. And this week the thing that's annoyed me is podcasts that go into an ad break in the middle of the show. Welcome back to the show after that ad break that we just did. We mentioned it at the end of the last episode, but it's been bloody hot in the UK for the past few
Really has
days.
been.
Or like the past week. It's boiling hot, we're all low on
I
energy.
only
because-
have
just
two
trying to
pairs of
maintain.
shorts as well, and they're both in the wash right now, so I'm having to wear trackies, and it's horrible.
Ooh, don't like that.
Well, I have 0 pairs of
Right,
shorts.
that's because you
Nice.
live in
And it's
denim.
not like I can go to a shop and buy
You
one.
live in
To be fair, you
denim.
do just wear denim.
I do just purely wear denim.
He
to be
wears
fair.
triple
I'm
denim.
not- I'm actually not wearing denim right
Oh my
now.
God.
This is a fact that you should know.
I
Niall
have
is
never
never not
worn-
wearing triple denim.
I have never worn triple denim in my life. I would
You've worn
defend
double
double
denim.
denim, okay, though. I will
A
defend
lot.
double denim. I wear it a lot, but I only wear double denim if it's like different shades of denim because of that. I feel like that
'Cause
looks
you're
Yeah,
a
to be
if it's all
fair,
the
I
same
never
shade,
do like
it
Britney and
looks
Justin
awful.
Timberlake double denim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks dreadful. But like, if it's too like, I wear like dark jeans
Yeah.
and either a black denim jacket or like a light
Oh,
blue denim
Niall,
jacket.
do you remember that one time where I kept bringing around my denim jacket so we could twin?
Yeah, no, every single rehearsal, it was like you would call us twins or
And I'd
something because you just
follow
happened
you
to wear a
around.
denim jacket, or you'd purposely wear a denim jacket to
Yeah,
another
I
woman.
just,
Because it's my
Oh.
bloody thing.
I just follow you around going, Niall, no, look, we're matching, and everyone would just bully you. It was
The
great.
thing with Niall's denim jacket is you have this little inside pocket.
Yes,
Remember
yes,
that
I'm so
pocket?
glad we're bringing this up. Yes.
Every single rehearsal, he would go to like KFC in town beforehand. He would get a drink and he would stuff it inside that pocket. Every single rehearsal without fail, he would walk up and you'd say hi to him and he'd just go, hey, look at this.
Like
and
he's
show
a
you the
fucking
cup.
drug
Because the
dealer.
I've spent my life trying to
I've spent my life trying to punch that pocket and get the drink to
The
burst.
first time I did it, I didn't even do it on purpose because I just was like, "Oh, this is an easy pocket to put it in," and I'd occasionally just throughout the rehearsal, just like James Bond or something, just like I'm wearing a trench coat, just whip the drink out and take a sip, and it was, and then like I think it was Jude found it insanely funny, so I just started doing it every
For
single
reference,
time,
Jude is my
and it started to
brother.
really annoy people.
For reference, that's my
Yes,
brother.
yeah.
I have a brother. I'm not an
Oh.
only child. Rip any of you who believe that.
Oh. Did they just die?
Oh,
Yeah.
We think try and do an episode like at a theme park, so we can do them on the roller
Yeah,
coasters.
I'm gonna
and that might be
buy, like,
fun.
a portable
I think
recorder.
yeah, I know what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, there was quite a few.
So
That's
we're gonna
where
do
we
one
go
on a
for
Ferris
reference.
wheel. We're gonna try doing it on a roller coaster. We're gonna try.
We're gonna do an escape.
You're just gonna hear me
Yeah.
screaming because I scream a lot when I get scared or excited.
Yeah, I'm very much the guy whose face is just blank.
So,
on a roller coaster.
Niall,
I
what are
wonder
you?
if. What
What are
do
you
you
on
mean?
a roller
Oh,
coaster?
I'm the guy who's just having a fun time.
Are you the one that laughs
Yeah.
to himself when he's on it?
Right. So what I actually am on a roller coaster is I queue up in the line and I'm fine. I'm just chatting. It's no big deal. I'm just sort of stood there. I get on the ride. The bell goes on. The
And then you
moment
start
the bell
breaking it.
goes on, I'm starting to get a little freaked out. Then we start going up that hill, and I'm like, oh, okay, I might have just made a choice that kills me, but okay. But then after the first drop happens, I'm just having a fun time. I once got.
Yeah.
Right, I know this podcast has gone on for too long, but if we're talking about roller coasters, I'm telling this story.
Okay.
Have you ever been on a roller coaster that and like I'm not talking like one of the kiddie ones, like
No.
a proper shut up, not a proper like big major roller coaster that has broken down whilst you're on it?
No, I have smacked my nose.
Not probably broken down. Once at Alton Towers, I can't remember what ride it was, but it sort of like we sort of stopped in the middle of it a bit, but it got going again after like a minute, and then it was fine. But I've never been on one that's properly like broken
So
down.
have either of you been to Drayton Manor?
I have.
Yeah,
You know the old Ben 10 ride that got changed into like a
Oh.
car-based ride or
Oh,
something?
yeah.
I was on that, and that ride starts by like going backwards a bit and then launches you onto the rest of the ride.
Yeah.
So, and I was with my mate, who I think this was like, because in that day he went on his first roller coaster ever, and I can't remember whether it was
Yeah.
that one or the one we
Oh.
did before that, but he was very new
Okay.
to roller coasters. We went backwards. We were right at the top. He was already shitting himself. And then we just heard like this weird like scraping sound of the gears of just like,
Oh, don't
and we
like
were
that.
like,
That was a horrible.
yeah,
noise. Why
yeah,
did you do
sorry.
that?
Can somebody
And
make
I'm
that
just looking
sound
at like
clip?
audio recording, and it's way too loud. But
Ugh.
and we were like, okay, it might not be supposed to make that noise. And then we just got stuck, and we were like, okay, it'll probably like pick up in a minute, like the same as your one. We were like, it'll start going again in a
laughing.
minute.
It just reminds me of the meme of the people on the roller coaster that stuck all like bouncing forward and back.
Oh
Well, so-
god.
We were stuck up there, and I had my watch on me, so I can tell you the exact time. It was like 15 minutes we were stuck up there,
Holy
and
shit.
we were freaking out. And so they
Jeez.
came up there.
That must have been scarring for him. To
Yeah,
be fair.
but they came up to us, and like a couple of the employees were saying, like, once we get you off, we're going to give you some vouchers so you can go get like a free coffee or something from the cafe. Great gesture.
Oh, hold on.
Never got the fucking vouchers,
Yeah,
so
'cause
cheers.
That's a nice gesture, like, oh, we've just wasted 15 minutes of your day. I know you may be a bit traumatised for
And
life.
maybe
so we're
traumatise you. Yeah.
vouchers.
We're
But,
going to give you
we
some
won't,
free
fuck
coffees.
you, we're not giving you them.
And so we sort of like waited around when we got off the ride. I'm skipping ahead in the story, but we sort of waited around, and they were sort of, oh, well, I'll get to something else in a minute. But so
You know how you're like, oh, I know this is a really long podcast already. Wrap it
yeah,
up
no,
soon.
I just really love this story because there's some good twists in it. But so we were up there for 50 minutes, and like I was sort of looking down, and you're sort of like hanging off the edge of the ride slightly,
Don't
and
like
I
that.
could have sworn on anything that it was sort of like rocking side to side. And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to freak anyone out. But I talked to my three mates who were on it with me after we got off, and I was like, and I know it was just placebo effect, but my brain was like, I swear it was like the thing was rocking back and forth. And they all sort of
Yeah.
look at each other
Ugh.
like, oh. And they were all like, yeah, we felt the same thing, and we all thought it was placebo.
Oh.
So it would have just been shaking back and forth. But then, so basically, we get off the ride, and they're like, look, you can stand it just sort of to this side if you want to go on it again after, once we get it sorted, so you don't have to queue up the whole time again.
Did anyone wait?
So, well, me, the other two didn't, I think, but it was me and one of my mates decided to go on it again, along with a couple of other people. Now,
I'm autistic. If
You're
people
a
don't
fucking
know.
idiot.
So I get
nearly
to no,
died
no. I'm not
once, you
saying.
go, "This'll
I'm not
be
saying.
fun, let's
no,
do it
listen.
again."
Listen,
Dylan,
listen.
it sounded
listen,
really bad
listen.
him saying he's autistic and then you saying, "Oh, you're an idiot."
Because that's not what I meant
I'm
by
not
it.
gonna lie.
I
it
actually am
sounded-
autistic for people listening who think I'm making
He
that as a
is,
joke.
he
I
is,
genuinely am.
But he is
And,
also a fucking idiot.
Listen. Stop interrupting me. We don't have time for this. So basically, right. I'm autistic, so I get to skip the queues at lines for different reasons because it counts as a disability. So at
It's
theme
just as
parks,
I get what you mean.
I can go like I can skip the queues with up to 3 people, so that'll make this MTO video efficient. But
no,
so-
you best take us.
There's a specific queue for that for people who can skip the queue because they're disabled. So to test the ride, we were basically used as like test dummies to see if it was still working, which we weren't aware until after we got off the ride. But so instead of letting people from the standard queue on to test it out, they just opened the disabled gates and let all of the disabled like ones of us get on the ride and be the test dummies.
Oh.
I'm gonna make another in-betweeners reference that Dylan won't
Yeah,
get.
no, I know what you're thinking.
Theme park without thinking of that one.
Yeah, but like. So that was, and like, I didn't realise until after we got off and realised, oh, they hadn't like officially opened the ride back up yet. We were being used to test if it was still working. And then my mate just sort of turned to me and went, wait, hang on, weren't all the people they let on from like the queue jump queue that is only for people with like autism and like different disabilities that mean they can't queue up and stuff? And we all just sort of looked at each other and were like, they used the disabled kids as guinea pigs. It's so messed up. So look, when we do the video for Drayton Manor, we're gonna have to figure out a way for me to take my revenge on that.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, we hide under the ride and I start just like ripping out cables. Don't you guys love it when you record a really funny and really good 4-hour-long podcast that then there's problems with the audio with, so you can't release it, and you've got to scramble together a new episode at the last minute?
Yep, it's great.
Oh, it's my favourite thing.
It's great.
I love it so much. We did like a massive 2-part episode, and both episodes were incredible.
I'm so tired.
Maybe the best 2 episodes of this podcast we've ever done.
But we're gonna do it when we're doing this in person. So
yeah, it was a bit more of an ambitious episode, so we're gonna leave it until we can do it in person, and there's less tech difficulties and stuff like that.
For 4 hours, and it
4 hours
for nothing.
and it got ruined
by cars.
by a car.
Weirdly enough, just every now and then. I've got like a volume thing on my mixer board so I can just mess with my audio settings, and I think it's very funny.
Gideon should do a reenactment of his audio of what it would sound like in his recording.
Okay,
No, you
so
can
we've
be
got
the car.
No, yeah, so I
Okay.
need Niall, you to be the car, I'll be me,
Right.
Dylan, I need you to just be the sort of fuzz, so I just need you to sort of go...
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so my next song is Tyler the Creator with Running Out of Time. Now, I really love this song, you know, because there's all these swirling synths. It's a really important part in the story of the album, and that is what my audio was like.
For 2
Yep.
hours. That is what it sounded like for 2 hours.
And honestly, it was also, my audio was weird. Dylan, yours was pretty much fine.
Which is
So.
insane,
Nice. Good work,
because
Dylan.
my audio is usually one they go, Dylan, why is it so bad?
Yeah. My audio was really weird as well, because I think a big part of it was my mic was quite close to my laptop, and because it was like a fucking boiling hot day that day,
Yeah,
all our fans were just going crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we yeah,
And
this is
we're
going to be a
not even
shorter
talking
one
about the
because we're
people.
on an extreme time. What?
Our fans going crazy.
Ah,
I have a
Yep.
fan.
nice.
That's the level of
Wait,
comedy.
I hear some sort of funny joke car going by.
Oh, do you? There it is. There's that funny joke car.
Oh no.
The funny joke car is here to
There's-
stay. There is a thing they're building in London. I think it's like by Paramount, who used to own the Marvel stuff, but they're building their theme park in London, and so maybe it's going to be like a Universal situation where
Maybe.
it's Disney
Yeah,
versus
maybe.
Universal in Florida, and it's Disney versus Paramount in fucking London. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that. Oh.
I was looking up theme park London to see if there's any.
I don't
news.
Thought Park. It'll
Unpopular
just say Thought
opinion.
Park.
Yeah.
I don't really like theme
Right.
parks.
What? So, Gideon, what did you say you thought would come up if I searched theme park in London?
Thought Park,
Yeah,
surely.
of course.
Tommy's Pterodactyl International Jurassic Fun Park.
Oh, that sounds incredible, to be
Wait,
fair.
I think that's a car going past my
actually-
house. Oh, I need to stop doing that. I feel like the
I
bits
think we should
died.
go there. What did you say it
I
was?
think we should.
Tommy's Pterodactyl International Jurassic Fun Park.
You know what really
That
annoys
sounds
me about
great.
that is that they've clearly tried to do like alliteration with Tommy's pterodactyl, and obviously it sounds like it, but there's a P at the start of pterodactyl.
yeah.
So it just
And it's
doesn't
also
work.
like they've wanted to call it Jurassic Park, got in a lawsuit, and so they've called
Yeah,
it
and gone,
Jurassic Fun
put
Park.
Tommy and pterodactyl at the start.
It's got 3.4 on Google.
Oh.
Do we want to read out these reviews?
You know what? Yes.
Go for it as long as
Right.
it's quick, because we ain't got long.
Okay, this is a
Yeah.
3-star review from a year ago. The amusement park is rather small and hidden, and the Velociraptor teacup ride felt a tad too small for such a large
How do those
reptile.
two things? Hold on, how do those two things go together? Velociraptors and teacups. What?
However, we still had an acceptable experience. I will say that the Triassic section right next to the Mesozoic section, which completely threw the entire timeline out of whack and felt confusing. This is
historian?
insane.
Is this like an archaeologist being like, not good enough, mate?
It could
not
be.
in the correct time zone.
They've only posted one review on Google, and it's this.
Oh.
I particularly enjoyed my Stegosaurus strawberry shake and herbivore
Oh my
herbivore
days.
burger at the cafe. Worth a visit. This
We
next
should
one.
go.
I'm just looking at the
It's in
photos,
London.
and there's a photo of one of the rides, then there's a photo of an Audi, then there's the same ride, then there's Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wait, back up. An Aldi.
They just have a one
Yeah.
ride.
Not an Aldi, an Audi.
Right,
Right,
this next review has
Oh, okay.
a response from the owner, so let's get into this. Having visited the
Oh.
Australian arm of this establishment, so this is a worldwide brand. I can tell you that the British
Jeez.
version needs a major upgrade. This is a shabby knockoff at best. So do we want to hear what the owner clapped back with? Right.
Wow.
Hello, Mr. Hill. Firstly, we'd like to say thank you for your recent custom to our UK headquarters and for being a loyal consumer to Tommy's Pterodactyl.
I like that. That's kind of passive
Jurassic
aggressive. It's
Fun
like, what, you've
Park
given us your money.
experience. Yeah. They say the name of the place and they don't abbreviate it. They haven't shortened it, so I'm just reading out the full
Still,
thing every single
Tommy's
time.
Pterodactyl Jurassic Fun Park.
From all of us at Tommy's Pterodactyl's Jurassic Fun Park, we'd like to express our deep and sincere regret at the fact that you did not have a dino-terrific experience at our park.
Oh,
Not
that's
even
horrible.
dino-rific, dino-terrific.
That's so bad.
As you may or not know, oh, for fuck's sake.
Why do they
As
speak
you-
like a kids' TV presenter?
Yeah. Oh, I closed it. No, shit, no, oh no. Where is it?
We-
As you may
Right,
or not
sorry.
know, we operate
Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
I was just looking through this, and there's a boating lake.
Jeez, that
I've
sounds
got
a
to
bit...
do with
Do you know what? We
dinosaurs.
should do that. We should do an episode on a
On a
pedalo
boat.
or on a boat, because then there's the risk of if we go in, everything
We
breaks.
die.
Yeah. That's a good episode. We'd like to express our deep and sincere regret at the fact that you did not have a dino-terrific experience at our fun park. As you may or not know, we operate a dino-terrific experience or your dinosaur is free policy. So please let us know your preferred delivery address for your Tyrannosaurus. What the fuck am I reading?
They deliver dinosaurs.
There's
What?
a clown
This,
tower.
Wait,
I
hang
feel-
on.
This feels
This
like
is-
a parody.
This is full on, right? To go above and beyond this, we'd like to offer you a Tommy Pterodactyl Jurassic Fun Park Black Card, which entitles you to free Stegosaurus rides for you and your family until the year 2050, along with as many dino fries as you can fit in your dino mouth. We hope to see you again soon, Mr. Thomas Pterodactyl. There is no way.
As many dino fries you can fit in your dino mouth. So
like,
they see.
is
They're like,
this
alright, how many
real?
can you get in your mouth, and we will give you that exact number of fries.
Just a
They're like,
fucking
"We're gonna measure
pterodactyl with
this."
its claws in someone's
Right.
mouth.
I just found something, right? There's a place called Shrek's Adventure in London. But the
there?
pe-
There's a photo
Yeah.
on my Instagram. I went there.
But the picture to promote it is one of the fucking what's the thing with like the penguins? You know the one
Madagascar?
With Madagascar.
Yeah.
It has a fucking zebra from Madagascar as the promo page.
It's not even owned by the same people, I don't think.
Yeah,
DreamWorks didn't make
Shrek's
Madagascar.
Adventure.
Or did they?
I feel like we have to do an episode either at Tommy Pterodactyl's Jurassic Fun Park or Shrek's Adventure London.
I mean,
Like, we have
if
to
we're
do
going to London to do one of them, we
Right.
might as well do both.
Right, it has a
That's true,
4.1
actually.
review out of like 4,741 reviews, so it's not bad. But somebody's comment is 2 stars and it just says basic park.
Oh, wow.
It's not
That's
even
all
a
right.
part. Is this of Tommy's Pterodactyl, or is this of Shrek's Adventure?
London is recommended by Netmums.
Oh,
Because Shrek's Adventure,
The
it isn't a
Netmums.
theme park. It's literally just like a gift shop and then some sort of like bullshit ride. Like I didn't go on the ride; I just sort of went in the gift shop. I'll put some. I deleted the photos and videos but I'll put them back up on my Instagram and people can check them out.
Yeah.
Good day. That's the day I went to see
Oh.
Tame Impala. So, you know, I think the Shrek's
Not an
Adventure was the
Emteo
better part of
episode
that
by
day.
Impala.
Oh, yeah, surely it was.
No,
No, it definitely
yeah.
was. It was.
It
You know
pains
it
me
was,
to
man.
even say it. Ironically, I love the Tame Impala show. Have you ever been like swooped by like a magpie or something for real?
I've had a seagull steal my food out of my hands, but that's the closest
Not
I've
the
ever
question.
I've had a pigeon hit my window and give me a heart attack.
had. Oh yes, I have
That's
such a good story
terrifying.
about this. We were in PE at school. I think we were playing handball maybe, and one of the courts, which was the one we were on, is right next to one of the blocks in our school. And because they have windows on opposite sides of the rooms, right? To a bird, it looks like a passage through the building. So we're there
Ooh.
playing handball, and I look up, and a bird just flew smack into the window. It was fine. I wouldn't be
Ooh.
laughing if it had died. It was fine. Like, it flew away, but it was so funny.
I think what's been the real catalyst for like my sleep schedule being fucked during lockdown is one of the very first days in like I do a podcast, another podcast. It's no big deal. I do 2 podcasts.
Shut up,
I'm just
nobody
like,
cares, Niall.
But on my more popular podcast,
I
with
see,
an American co-host.
On my more popular podcast.
I do it.
Not for
I
long,
do
no,
it
not
with
for
a-
long.
Not for long. We're buying an Iron Man suit and everything. That's a reference the listeners won't get. That's a joke for 3 people, 3 of which are on this call. But
Right.
yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I do it with an American co-host. So a lot of the time it's a case of me staying up until like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. for him to get home from work so that we can record. Recording goes for like 2 hours because it's usually a pretty long podcast. So it's like 6 a.m. And then so one of the first nights of lockdown, it was that times 10. So it was like it was. I think I fucked myself early on. How have your guys' weeks been? Yeah, Gideon, we get it. Gideon,
Oh,
we get it.
still
I
just
fucked
sorry.
myself. How's your weeks been?
My week's been alright. Gideon!
Sorry.
We've got to
Shut
ask
up.
that you stop that. I
For
think
this,
I've gotten
it's
used
just
to that, and
annoying.
I think it looks alright. I'm just moving
Oh, we
right
just
past
said
that.
double decker
Um,
a lot. Why didn't we make I barely even know a joke?
You could have
You
just done
always
it
say
then.
it wrong. You always say I barely even
Double
know
decker,
her. It's
I
not
barely
even.
even
It's,
know her.
You did it
it's
right there.
you're delivering it completely wrong. It's not I barely even know her. It's
You
I
have to
barely know
sound
her or I
incredibly
hardly know
annoying
her.
as well.
You're
You have to
getting it
sound
completely
really
wrong, and it
smug
I'm
and
sorry,
annoying.
but not all
Go
of
on,
us
give
can
it
sound
another
like
go, Dylan.
Niall.
Give it another
No.
go. No, Dylan, you
No.
have to do it. We have to get
Do
you
you want
doing
me?
this
Do you want
right.
me to do it how it should be done?
Okay, let Noel give you a
I'm
demonstration.
shy.
Right. Banger. I hardly know her.
Okay, now Dylan, do it.
Wait, it's
Please
hardly?
don't fuck it up.
Wait, is it hardly?
Yeah.
I thought it was barely.
It is hard.
Yes, that deserves a round of
Wait,
applause.
I've been saying it wrong. You've let me say this wrong for like the past, like, what? 12?
No, I have told you this before. I have told you this
What?
before,
Have
and you have
you?
ignored my criticism
Have you?
completely. Yes.
What? I'm having a mint. Oh, what?
Incredible. Incredible.
What?
I've just had an idea for a podcast that would we're not going to do it because there is no point. It would be stupid. But just us in a wheat field, just stood in like opposite corners, and we just have to shout the whole time, and we have the mic in the middle of the field.
That'd actually be good. When
Whoever the
lockdown's
mic
over, that's
picks up the
one that I
best.
really want to do.
Yeah, it's just whoever
Well,
shouts
we-
loudest, and anyone walking past or in like a neighbouring field will just see the top of our heads and hear us.
We just freeze.
Or I think what would be better is if we each have our own mic. So for the podcast, we're being picked up perfectly, but we're just screaming to be heard by the others.
That would be
So for
quite
the
funny, to
listener,
be
it's
fair.
completely normal, but it sounds like we're just yelling at each other
That
in
would
the
be
same
very
room.
funny, actually.
I have a tendency to mumble a lot, so I'd be there dying because when I talk to people, they're like, "I'm
fine.
sorry, what was that?" I'm like,
No, but you also have a habit of mumbling and then getting very, very
I
loud
feel like
very
Dylan would
quickly,
also
and
just
it makes
start
it difficult
having
to
a
edit.
conversation with her own mic while me and Niall tried to like talk to each other.
I have a tendency to talk to myself. A lot of people know that. It's like when I get really focused or in my head with something.
Like you would
I'll just
forget that we were
start
recording a podcast
yeah,
and just
I
start
just
talking
start.
about
I
anything.
start talking to myself.
I've been meaning to mention this, and I don't know if on air is the right place to do it, so if you want me to, I will edit this out.
Okay.
But I was editing an episode the other day. I don't know if your family walked in or something, but me and Gideon were having a conversation, and Dylan, you just started talking to yourself, and I had to edit your volume out for
Right.
that portion.
No, they
Because it
had
didn't sound
more
like
to
anyone
it.
else was replying. They might have just been off air, but you were literally just sort of going, oh yeah.
I have a tendency to do that. It's because I'm used to being like independent a lot. So when I do things, I don't expect people to talk back at me. So I'll talk to myself and hype myself up. And anyone who works in theatre with me would know. When I'm like in the wings of like theatre, I'll talk to myself, and people will be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine."
I once caught you talking to a wall.
I honestly
Do you remember that?
I probably have done that before. It's like when people
Can we go
ignore
back
me-
to talent shows, by the way? Because
No.
I don't know if I've told you the story, but I have a really good story about a talent show.
Okay.
Sure, we can do this.
Have I told you about the time I was in a talent show?
No.
No?
Okay, so
Wait, you were in
you
a
know how
talent
early?
show?
Not like a big one. As in, so Niall, you know how you said my humour is just like haha poop.
Oh, don't tell me you tried to do stand-up.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
thank
God.
you.
It wasn't like an actual
8-year-old
talent show.
Gideon doing
So-
stand-up would have been a sight.
It was it was where we were on holiday, right? And they had this. It was like really small scale talent show, like just in the bar.
To me, it sounds like this is an international competition. I mean,
Shut up. But
I
so I
hate
think I was
myself, I'm
probably.
sorry, I'm
I
quitting
think I was
comedy.
probably about 6, maybe. Guess what I did?
Did you dance?
I really don't want to know. Did you just fart into a mic?
No, that's not far off though.
Oh no! Did you shit on the stage?
No, I'll tell you. So there's little old me. I walk up onto the stage, stand up in front of the mic. Everyone's thinking, "Oh, he's just little boy. Is he gonna maybe sing or something?" And, if you're just imagining you're someone in the audience, you see me put my
On
hand
holiday, for the
over
record.
my shirt and start doing. I can't. Hold on. So I put my arm up my shirt and just start doing armpit farts and singing the alphabet along to it. And that was it.
That's so good.
That
That's
was
so
my
good.
talent.
Can we do a
Yeah.
sketch about Dylan talking to herself?
Oh, yeah.
Just put me in
How
front
would
of the
that be?
camera for 5 minutes. No, because it's a thing that a lot of people, when I have conversations, they'll talk over me. So I talk to
Yeah, that's
myself.
Okay, that's really
interesting. So
cool. Yeah,
whenever-
yeah, no, that's really
I
nice.
knew
we
you
both
were
have the
gonna
same
do that.
idea.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Gideon is allowed on this podcast as a make-a-wish.
No, no.
He would
Oh,
otherwise not be on here.
oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Look, yeah, Belle Delphine's back. Did you see the video?
Yes,
No.
the 6ix9ine
I haven't
parody.
seen
Like,
it.
if you're
It
gonna
was
choose any
so-
video to come
Right.
back with, why would you choose that?
I can't tell either whether she was like, oh, okay, I'm coming back, I need to find a song to parody, or if that song came out and she was like, this is it,
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
just
how I
gonna-
make
I'm
my
just gonna do
return.
this.
I don't watch her anymore. I don't follow Belle Delphine. I don't really care about her anymore.
I only know because I find it really fucked up, especially because, like, a lot of what she does is act like a very small child.
Which
Like it's
is
all like the
weird.
high pitched voice and stuff like that. But then people pay for her bobs, and I just find that very
Can you
strange.
repeat that
Bob's
now?
and
No,
Vagine.
can you repeat that?
It's her Bob's and
They pay
Vagine.
for her bobs and
And
Vagine, yeah.
Vagine.
But I just find it like very weird that a lot of the sort of not e-girl but like kawaii girl or soft girl thing, I think they call it, is like very much acting like a very small child but in a sexy way, and I think that's
weird.
It's grim.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It just
But
seems.
if some guys get off on that, I was gonna say that's fine, but it is
Surely
just a
it's
bit weird, isn't it? It is
not.
just a bit weird.
Another interesting thing with this episode that people might be interested to hear, we've broken lockdown. We're at Gideon's house for this one. I just want to describe a couple of things that I can see around his room, if that's all right. So, just on this wall over here, big, massive poster of Mussolini, which is
Indeed,
weird.
yeah. Good old Benito. Live my life.
Your wardrobe door is just hanging open a little bit, and I can see just a Nazi uniform in there.
You
So
don't need to worry about
don't know
that.
what that's about.
No,
And I'm just looking over at your bed, and you've got a Joseph Stalin body pillow. What's that about?
So you know how you were talking about sleep? It has been hot, hasn't it? Like, it's
Yeah.
been boiling.
Yeah, I want to know what the body pillow is about.
It's genuinely that I could not get to sleep last night because it was so hot. You know?
So how did the body pillow help you?
So literally, like, I was debating literally getting like a towel and soaking it in cold water and just putting it, like using it as a duvet. Like it was just too hot. I couldn't sleep.
Okay, but what about the body pillow, Gideon? Why is that there?
I didn't do that in the end, but it took me ages to get to sleep. Honestly, I was sweating so much. It was grim, absolutely grim.
And what's with that Shrek sex doll? What's that
the
there?
Shrek sex doll? You really want to know about that?
Not really. And more.
I feel like we should probably make it clear
I
that
feel like
this
we
is
should
a
end this bit. I really threw that on you out of nowhere. Yeah, we're still in lockdown. We're recording via ICQ because it's 2006.
I do have Benito Mussolini on my wall though.
Yeah, what's that about?
Don't know how you
Just
don't
a
know how you
big
knew
fan?
that. Yeah. Just a
I
bit
can
of a
just, I
legend,
can just
isn't
tell
it?
things. Just a big Mussolini
Yeah,
fan.
I think I do give off that vibe. To be fair, that big Benito Mussolini fan.
We
That's
need
just
to
me.
stop this
Just
bit.
the energy.
Right. Welcome to the show. If you're a first time listener, I hope this is
Wouldn't
what you
life be
enjoy.
good if Mussolini just took over the entirety of the Mediterranean?
Gideon, stop. Please, I've got to ask that you stop this bit. I want to go back and because you can find on Instagram your old bios. I'm gonna find
Can
a
you?
couple of my old ones.
Wait,
'Cause
how?
they were fucking abysmal. I can never remember how to do it. I'll let you know once I've figured it out. This one, this was my bio. Like, this would have been for a while. I remember
Is
this as
this
well.
like a sad boy bio?
This is just genuinely really sad. It's just never done anything important, never will. Fucking hell.
Wow. All right.
Another one that came straight after this. Every day we're just one step closer to death.
Oh.
And
Are
that's
you an emo at one point?
but no, I think I was just really sad. But that is directly under in the same bio. I just plugged my Snapchat, so
Jeez. Death is inevitable.
I remember
Death is the end. Check out my Snapchat.
I gotta look up what this was because I have no idea about when I put this down. It's Gan mo child nil a fihos a gam say height a madame me heb fi foredu de wood I do yin go up ble forward.
It sounds kind of Dutch. It sounds like a weird mix between French
I think
and
it's
German.
just because of my dumbass pronunciation.
Okay, yeah.
Google Translate. Because also I don't speak any languages other than English, so I would have just Google translated it, so it's probably wrong.
Yeah, true. Like, if you translate some stuff to, like, French on Google Translate and then
that's
translate it back to
grim.
English, what is it?
Without my friends, I don't know where I would be.
Oh, no, what have you done
That's
that?
awful. That's
That is horrible.
awful. I hate that so much.
That is genuinely terrible.
That's so grim.
That's
Oh.
easily one of the worst things I've ever heard.
This one's pretty funny. It was lawyer of, and then added to people that there was an in-joke that I was their lawyer.
Okay, that's alright. That's alright.
That was quite good, but I
So
changed it because
you went from that to without my friends. I don't know where I
got a fun story about that. I changed that away because I kept it was like that for a week, but I kept getting messages from people who thought I was a lawyer and kept asking me for legal advice.
What did you say to them?
I think I just said I'm not a lawyer, but I think one guy, I was with my mates and they were like, no, just pretend you're a lawyer. So I think I told him it was alright that he punched his dad or something.
Oh my days.
Podcaster, gamer, drummer, geek.
You put geek in your bio.
Here's a good one that must have been a reference to something, but I don't know what, so I'm gonna have to Google it. But shut your mouth because you're talking too much and I don't give a fuck anyway. You always seem to be stepping in shit. All you really do is complain.
Oh, you're alright.
And I should point out, most of these bios, there's just 8 in a row that are slightly different variants of themselves.
How have you had so many bios? I've literally had 5.
I change mine monthly because I never like it. I think I'm alright with Blockbuster Video.
Quite satisfied.
Employee,
Yeah,
I think that's
currently.
alright. Why did I just paste that into Google Translate? I'm trying to find out what this is a reference to. Oh, it was a Green Day song.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah.
So you put that insert Green Day lyrics here as a reminder, and then you did it.
No, because the Green Day one was after, so I don't know why I was...
You took them out.
Oh, so hyped for Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. Hashtag Ravenclaw for life.
Oh no, that might be the worst one.
Yeah.
I like Harry Potter, but
I don't anymore. But when people give themselves what their Harry Potter house is, it always sort of makes me cringe. But I was like that.
Ravenclaw for life.
Got rye bread.
They do. Subway have done rye.
Apparently so.
I love rye.
And then gluten-free bread, which no one who can eat gluten would pick.
Grow up.
Grow
if you
up
can't
with
eat gluten,
intolerance.
grow up. No, we very clearly don't mean that. This is an episode of me getting cancelled, I think.
I have had to eat special diets for a long time because one of my sisters is allergic to dairy and the other one is vegetarian. So when they're both home, I just pretty much have to eat vegan. Which is,
You thought about killing them?
Not seriously.
But the thought has crossed your mind.
But I have thought I would get to eat meat and dairy regularly if I did.
I didn't say this on my story because I knew I was going to get absolutely slated for it.
I guarantee you're going to get slated for it.
But I'm prepared to defend myself.
Okay.
I absolutely love brown bread.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, I don't see how you could prefer it to white bread. Do you?
I absolutely do.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
I like white bread, but brown bread is leagues better. It's better for toast. It's better for sandwiches. Better for toasties. It's better. I don't get where everyone's sort of universal love. Sorry,
we've just gone one. We scored.
Yeah, I don't think Liverpool and Villa are playing, by the way.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I don't get where this whole white bread superiority has come from.
Beautiful.
Brown bread lives matter.
That's alright. I feel like you've just gone off on one there. And
You've been so distracted that I just took this as an opportunity to talk about white supremacy.
White supremacy in terms of bread.
But bread is a good way to look at that
it's
because
like the egg metaphor.
There is this superiority for white bread
where they have the lighter egg and the darker egg.
Yeah.
Inside we all just some egg for real.
Yeah. And I think white bread, we're talking about bread, not eggs now. I've changed it again. But white bread has privilege. And white bread people need to check their privilege.
I understand. And I mean, brown bread it's better for you.
And it's just better in general.
But it's just not though, is it?
It absolutely is.
It's not. You could just do a blind taste test where you get white bread and brown bread, see which is better. Because it's white bread.
It's... I'm gonna take... This is upsetting me. We're gonna do this.
So
our
you
live
actually want to
show-
do that? Okay.
Yeah, no. If
No,
we
just,
do a
we'll
live
just do it
show,
when we meet up for the podcast. We can do it then. That's fine.
all right.
Or we can do it.
But
as a YouTube video.
I also want to go
we could
to
rank
our,
every single bread.
I also want to, at a live show, just give out loaves of brown bread to people and say, look, this is from me to you. Go and make yourself a brown bread sandwich. Come back to me, and I dare you to tell me that you don't love it.
Yeah, but that's just a sandwich. Like, brown bread is still good.
Right,
Like,
they can
it's
make
very
whatever
good,
they
but
want
it's
with
not
it.
on
Like,
the
I don't-
level of white bread. It just isn't.
Brown bread is better for toast. Confirm or deny?
No, I'm gonna deny.
Get lost. Like, at the very least,
No.
it's better for toast.
No.
By the way, talking about bread, I messaged Dylan.
Oh.
This feature this episode to ask her to settle a debate that we had in our bread episode between white bread and brown bread. She has said baguette. Now, in my mind, a baguette, you don't get like baguettes of brown bread. Like a baguette in my mind is white bread.
A baguette is its own form of bread, I think.
I'm taking it. I would take that as white bread.
No, I wouldn't take it as either. I think
Well,
that's its own
I'm telling
category.
Dylan that I'm taking it as white.
No, tell her to answer the goddamn question.
No, that is white bread. 100%.
Ask her if she considers baguette white or brown bread, because I think it's somehow like in between.
Okay, I'll do that. Hold on.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna look up what type of bread is a baguette.
Okay, Dylan, would you class as baguette as white or brown bread if you want to win this debate?
I typed in what type of, and I just want to read out the three the three Google autocorrects. So, what type of timeless space are you is one of the most searched ones. What type of this one's not great. What type of bender are you? Which
Yeah.
And what type of dog is Scooby Doo? So what type of I'm gonna search that instead of the bread thing. That's more interesting to me. Nickname Scooby Dooby Doo Scooby Doo Scooby Scoob. So species dog.
Yes. White. She said white bread.
No.
I win.
I'm gonna send her some abusive messages.
No, you can't.
No. I'm just gonna say brown bread is better. And then a picture.
Which it isn't.
And then a picture of Pepsi Man, just to top it off. Right, do we have anything else? Oh, we haven't done my famous segment, things that fuck me off.
That's true, we haven't.
So,
Go for it.
This week's is... Right, so I went down to my local shop to pick up just some like biscuits and some pot noodles. I don't like pot noodles, but my sister wanted them. So I went down to the shop.
Don't like pot noodles?
I don't like... Look.
Okay.
We're not getting into this here.
I see.
The next episode can be called pot noodles. And
Not
we'll
even
talk about
with brown
exclusively
bread.
Noodles and bread just sounds awful. You know that I don't like noodles because you tried to force feed me noodles.
That's true. To be fair, that's true.
So this should not be a surprise to you. But yeah. So I went down to my local shop, and he's been doing it for about like 2 months now, or even when did we go into lockdown? Like 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
No, it's not that long.
6 years ago.
I reckon no. I think we went into actual lockdown in. I want to say either March or April.
I think it was very late March.
I think like 4 months.
Yeah. So he's been doing it for a month longer than lockdown. So for 5 months now, he there's this guy, and I assume it's the same guy, who's just been like going around the shop what seems to be every day, or somehow just the days that I'm also there, and putting like post-it notes over the names of different foods or like different products and stuff like that. So he like genuinely chocolate digestives. He went through like there were like 6 packs there, and every single one he put a post-it note over it that said like it was like shit biscuit or something, as in biscuit with shit on it.
Oh,
I don't get why this man is doing this. I assume he doesn't work there.
See, I'm not sure this qualifies for this segment, because this segment is meant to be things that like aggravate
it's
and annoy you.
really
This is just
annoying.
confusing.
It's confusing and it's really annoying.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. Like genuinely, pot noodles he labelled teenagers' hair.
Yeah, no, kids with perms. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Oh no, he's right.
It's
But why?
infuriating. Like everything he's put. There was one thing that didn't even. It was like washing up liquid or something, and he just put a post-it note over it. Not even trying to make a pun. It just said "come."
See, I don't think that's annoying. I think that's very funny.
It's kind of funny, but it's
I
just
think
so.
that's very
Because
funny.
I know he's some like the teenager's hair comment. It made me think he's some like 35, 40-year-old man who's like a failed comedian who's like, you know what, this is gonna be my comedic output.
My big
in life."
break.
And he just
People, this is going to go viral.
Yes.
Someone's going to take a photo, and I'm going to get all the credit.
and he's bold. He's definitely bold, and
Yeah.
because he's jealous of people's hair, and he goes into this shop every day with just a big wad
Puts
of
pot
post-it
noodles
notes.
on his head.
Because he's clearly like doing it in the store. Like he's
Yeah.
not preparing them beforehand.
The guy at the till was just like, what? Bro,
Because
what's going on?
And I know in like EB games in Australia, there's like in certain shops people will like on post-it notes write like some info about the film, and sometimes I'll put like an in-joke to this podcast I listen to, and it will get reposted by this podcast. And they're an employee at the store, so part of it makes me think, oh, it's kind of that sort of thing. But then he wouldn't be writing shit biscuits if he worked at the store.
Come.
I don't get it. I really want to reveal my location so people can just like monitor this.
Hold on. Oh,
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh.
I'm keeping this going. I'm not sure if you've taken your headphones off, but
Sorry, I took my earphone out if you're speaking right now.
I'm keeping that in.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
What happened?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just adjust the way I'm sitting. I just got cramp. I had to
okay.
stand up for a second.
I thought that was going to be a lot more exciting than it
stretch
was.
my leg. Yeah, carry on
This is great content.
with whatever you say.
So yeah, I don't understand why he's doing this, but I kind of want to reveal my location just so that I can send like troops down there to like scout the shop 24/7 and just see who it
You
is.
could just set up a hidden camera, to be fair.
Yeah, but can I be bothered?
I look like a right idiot right now. I'm just sat on my bed stretching my leg.
And also, this audio is going to be atrocious.
Yeah, sorry about that. Wow, those were some great clips, guys.
After thinking about them, I feel a weird surge of motivation.
Same.
Hey, Guy Fieri.
Yeah, Guy, eat this knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, we got him. Go on, let's take him down.
Yeah.
There we go.